Welcome to Hotline 21. I'm your host, Bruce Jackson, and today at the Community Health Give House Show, we have a great guest for you today. But before we get into our guests, we're going to give you the information about testing, free HIV and STD testing. And there's the address right there on the screen for you. We're at 1309 South Kedzie Avenue. And for those of you who've got questions, you can give us a call at 773-522-2420. Or you can send us an email, thegivehouse@sbcglobal.net. And you can check us out on the web as well, www.thegivehouse.org. Okay, and now back to my guest, and he has a great nonprofit called Life Builders. And first of all, Dolphin, I want to just thank you for just coming out and telling us about the great things you're doing at Life Builders. Tell us how you got started and what you're doing now with Life Builders.
Okay, great. Thank you, first of all, for having me on the show. Life Builders was founded by Mrs. Geraldine Smith. Geraldine Smith is a history maker twice. She was the first woman to get the death sentence in the state of Illinois. Also, she was the first woman to get off the death sentence of death row in the state of Illinois, twice a history maker. She's been out approximately 10 years. I've been with her 5. I'm her chief of staff. I make sure that the day-to-day personnel are taken care of. Life Builders is a nonprofit. We have a theme, and our theme is to build the families, to build the communities.
Right.
Okay, and we operate on a 4-legged stool of self-sufficiency, which we'll get into building where you live, growing what you eat, manufacturing what you consume, and buying where you own. That will end mass poverty.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. I like that. And I want you to go over that again one more time for me. That 4-legged stool. What was that again?
It's a 4-legged stool of self-sufficiency. We want to teach the family and the community to build where they live, manufacturing like construction, learn to be carpenters, pipe fitters, welders, bricklayers, things that are not going anywhere. So building where you live, especially with our community, considering there's so many vacant houses, abandoned building, vacant lots. We can teach the children and the youth as well as the adults to build from the dirt to the key. Okay, the other leg would be grow what you eat. Oftentimes we have the highest rate of diseases because we are eating so much processed food. 80% of the food that the United States sends overseas is rejected because it's not classified as food. And we're the #1 consumers of that processed food. So we want to teach people to grow. Life Builders United, we have an urban farm in Inglewood. We are located in Inglewood, 6855 South Emerald, but behind us, which is 6850, we have literally an urban farm in which we're teaching the young people to grow, teaching the seniors to grow food, and we got so many collard greens and a number of vegetables, char, kale, onions. So we're teaching people how to literally grow their own food. Next thing is manufacturing. We want to teach you how to make your own things, like from your toilet paper, your soap, your deodorant, things like that that you consume every day. If you teach you how to manufacture, or somebody in your circle that manufactures those things, you patronize them. For instance, we do deal with an organization, and these are college students in the University of Indiana. They manufacture toilet paper. Wow. So just an idea, just toilet paper alone, okay? And then the final one is buy where you own.
Okay.
Buy where you own. We're teaching people to buy where they own. If you go to Walmart, own some of Walmart.
Right.
Own some stock in Walmart, Kmart, all the other marks and everything. And also as well, have an entrepreneurial spirit. We teach you how to take $100 and flip it in a street sense to make it $200 and then continue to make it grow. And we want to do we do educational things too. Teaching financial literacy. We have a lot of programs, anger management. We've got about 25 different programs that engages the community to bring value to themselves as well as that community.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now, You have been in operation for about 10 years now, right?
Yes, right at 10 years. We've been at our current location just about 5.
Okay. And how has the community received the services that you provide?
Oh, we do a lot. They really welcome it. One of the biggest things we laugh about, which is a good thing, the elders now come out on the porch. Where before they had gang banging, drugs sold on the corner of 69th and Halston, all that's gone. And that's thanks to Mrs. Geraldine and some committed people. The seniors now, they come out. They come and volunteer to do things. I mean, a lot of people, they just come out to mop floors for us or just pick greens or something like that.
Right.
So the community has definitely engaged in it. Also, Life Builders, we won an award in conjunction with another organization last year with Whole Food for the urban farm.
Wow.
Yeah,
So tell me a little bit about your urban farm.
The urban farm is a basic thing. It's teaching our children and adults to grow what you eat, to be conscious of what you eat. Don't just put anything in it. We always ask a simple question. If you had a Ferrari, what type of fuel would you put in it?
Oh, the best. The best.
The best. So a Ferrari is a piece of metals and plastic and wiring that depreciates in value.
Right.
But your human body,
Absolutely.
what you gonna put in it? And so we find ourselves putting the fast foods and junk in our system.
I like that.
And then we
analogy.
wonder why we hurt, why we don't have the energy that we have. We found for a fact, and we had a gift. An angel came by the urban farm this year. He was a Jamaican guy. He saw the way the farm was set up because we got like 33 rows of organic soil that we brought in and stuff like that. And he came and said, man, he started crying and said, it makes me feel like I'm at home. He went and got some callaloo, which is a Jamaican green. And he brought the callaloo and planted them and watered them. And we haven't seen them since.
Really?
Yeah. and just so you'll know, I just found out about callaloo. Callaloo is sweet. It's a green, you just pop it off the vine and chew it, and it is sweet.
Wow.
So callaloo is a good thing, and we just want to teach our people to understand the human body, the human dynamics. You got a nervous system. You got a reproductive system.
Right.
You got an endocrine system. You got a respiratory system. You got a circulatory system, and the excretory system. You have a digestive system. You have a muscular system, and you have a skeleton system. We want you to know the components of your body, and then find out what fuels it, that gives it the most amount of energy,
Right.
to get the maximum return on your investment, which is the food that you consume.
Right. And you can't have good health, and that's what we mostly promote here. Community health.
Yes.
And sometimes people think health is always just keeping your body healthy, but it's a whole practice of living.
It's a discipline.
Yes.
Yes.
It's definitely different. And to talk about the urban farm, because many times in communities of color, we have these food deserts,
Yes.
and apple is like an alien in communities of color.
Sure.
So to talk about to sit with a gentleman like yourself, and you are in Inglewood,
Yes, sir.
and you're talking about an urban farm
Yes, sir.
where people are growing their own food and then taking part in eating the food that they grew. That's a testament in itself.
We love it. People just come by all the time. And the name of the urban farm is called Inglewood the Beautiful.
Ah, that's pretty nice.
Our objective is that it's beautiful on the outside with edible plants, but also healthy on the inside, which represents the human body. So we want to be known as Inglewood the Beautiful.
Now, who came up with that?
It was a collaborative effort.
Oh, okay.
Okay? It was collaborative. It wasn't just me or someone else. It was collaborative.
Let me just say this to our audience. If you're just joining us and you're just tuning in, we're having a great conversation with Dolphin, one of the founders of Life Builders.
Well, no, Miss Geraldine is the founder. I'm her chief of staff.
Okay.
It's her vision. She got this vision when she was incarcerated. And the only thing she came out of prison with was her birth certificate for Life Builders. And I just was introduced to her by my mom, and we've been hooked at the hip ever since.
Okay, great, great. I like that. Well, if a mom introduced you to somebody.
Yes, yes.
They've
Thanks,
been,
Mom.
they've been vetted and everything.
Yes.
Just go ahead and jump on top of that one.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's great. Tell me some of the other programs. I know you do a lot of stuff in the community where you give away food and things of that nature. Tell the public about those things that you do, and if you got something coming up that they can attend, just give them the date and place.
Okay, great lead-ins. As a matter of fact, the heartbeat of Life Builders is a program called CHIPS, CHIP. Now, CHIP stands for Children Having Incarcerated Parents.
Ah,
CHIPS. It's our number. It's the heartbeat, and we have it once a year. Like last year, we fed over 6,000 young people and their parents and gave them gifts. As a matter of fact, this year we have tentative date for December the 15th or the 16th. We're waiting now to confirm the date because we're looking for entertainment commitments. And we are looking for volunteers to help in this CHIP program. Now, CHIP started off as Children Having Incarcerated Parents, Bruce, but what we found out was that a lot of the children, parents may not have been incarcerated, but they strung out on drugs and alcohol or a lifestyle that's not conducive for the family.
Right.
So instead of being just the CHIP, Ms. Jolene named it the CHIP Network. So that involves everybody. I mean,
Right.
just a little everything. And what we're looking for, we're having it then, we're looking for volunteers in various areas. Food service, in which I will be in charge of the food service and stuff like that. We're looking for food ticket collectors, entertainment, a lot of entertainment, registration to check in, security or crowd control, because we had over 6,000 people in a building that only hold 4.
Right.
And not an incident went off. Everything was cordial and in order. And I tell you, one of the biggest experiences for me was we get a lot of things from the military, the Marines, and everybody donate gifts. Toys or tots, they donate to us. Well, a couple years ago, one of the children didn't have a coat. He got a leather coat. And he jumped on the floor, Bruce, and spent like a top. That was a tearjerker. That one made me realize this is why this is worth this. So that's what we do. So with the CHIP program, also we need gift bags, a pre-registration, cleanup, setup, gift sorters, gift packers, security registration, and everything else. We just need some help.
So people can just come in because you offer volunteer service to the community.
Yes.
And they can come in, sign up, and wherever their best fit, you can put them where they need to be.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And we're just looking for them. They can donate 2 hours, 3, 4 hours, or all day.
Or their time.
Yes, yes, yeah. And only thing we're gonna do a little bit different this year. We want to make sure that when you volunteer, that you do commit and get a little training. It's not brain science, but we just want to make sure everything continues to get better and better every year.
Right, and that's you have to do that if you want to. The goal should always be to make that which you touch better than when you found it.
Absolutely.
So I can understand. We do the same thing at Give House, where we have volunteers. We require that they have some degree of training before we put them out there to meet the public.
Absolutely.
So I understand where you're coming from with that. Now, tell me. Now, with the CHIP, do they? If you have, if let's say. Individual have an individual has a child or family and they're in prison. Is it something where CHIP will put people on the bus and take them to the prison so they can visit their loved ones?
Well, that's not something we've done yet.
Okay.
But we do visit the prison, and we take a registration. And we find out if they do have someone incarcerated. We're like, because it's public information.
Right.
We get their name and their number, and we contact them, and hopefully they'll be able to see the show, and they'll tell their children, hey, because that happened last year with some other things that we were on. They found out that we were having the CHIP program. They had their children or their grandchildren come and register, and then we make sure that they're taken care of.
Okay, now they just gave me that signal to wrap up.
Yes,
so
sir.
what I want to do is I want you to give me, I know you guys got so many programs, give me really quick your top 3 programs that you're so proud of that's been really booming in the community with all the shooting we have, and I know when you guys over there, and you
Yes.
guys doing something, that shooting stops.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
give me the top three.
Well, the urban farm is number one. We did the community circle of justice, community service. We teach people the peace circle. That's the name. We do the peace circle, and we also do anger management.
Okay.
Okay.
For those of you, and one more time for your address.
It's 6855 South Emerald, Chicago, Illinois, in the heart of Inglewood.
That's someplace you've got to go. Great nonprofit, doing a lot of great things. And until next time, stay safe.
Number. Okay.
Oh, sure. Stay safe.